This game is making me want to reread Red Mars. Or The Martian. Alright, so it's usually quite a good idea to be near metal deposits, although those will disappear very quickly. Another thing which I would have liked to have discovered is an actual deep metal deposit, which I apparently can't discover yet. The other thing that we need to do is check out our research. So, research in this game, and there is actually quite a lot of it, so you can scroll it, is randomized. So the tracks of research are random. They are weighted, I think, so certain technologies are more likely to appear near the beginning rather than near the end. But you do have quite a lot of choice regarding what you want to get. So right now we just have the first level, but as we research anomalies, then more of these will become available. Basically, anomalies can equal technology possibilities. So we can get, or we can start working on magnetic filtering, which means that oxygen production is increased by 50%. Not that useful for us now, but later on when we get domes built, and domes are where your population live, could be quite good. Fuel compression, cargo space increased by 10,000 kilograms. That would be huge for us. Because we're limited to just one rocket anyway, being able to ship more stuff each time the rocket goes, and this is like the SpaceX rockets, they're reusable, so when one lands, you then fill it up with fuel and then it takes off again. And you can send it back and forwards for a shipment of goods from Earth. Then we've got the drone swarm. Drone hubs are constructed with 2 additional drones, and the maximum number of drones is increased by 80. Also another good technology for us, because our drones are special. So this means that our special flying drones can do more, or we can have more of them. Adapted probes. Probes are cheaper and can deep scan. Okay, so the deep scan, I think, is what's required to see the metal deposits. Okay, interesting. And then Mars crowdfunding gives us an extra billion in cash. I'm actually tempted to do the deep scan probes. Can the sensor towers sense metals? What I'm scared of doing is building on top of a metals deposit. No, I think we're going to go with the fuel compression. We're going to get that done first, so we're starting to research it. We'll take 1,000 bottles to do, and every year we generate 100, so it's basically 10 years worth of research right there. Okay, so water and concrete both pretty near each other. I think actually settling somewhere around here would be better. We've got metals pretty close. The anomalies we'll get rid of. A little bit of space or obstruction there, but then we have concrete pretty nearby, and then also water with which to supply ourselves. So I think we want to drop our rocket right in here. So the radius around the rocket is how far drones from that rocket can be controlled. That will be extended as we build drone hubs, but the rocket itself can also control drones. And then there is a rotate, which is R, and you can turn it round. Now the space by the rocket is where all the goods inside the rocket are deposited, which is why that kind of matters on where you put it. So we kind of want to cover this, I think. So I'm thinking we probably want to drop the rocket right. Oh, those might actually be destructible. In fact, we could just drop the rocket like right here. I think we're going to drop it here. And then if we unpause and zoom in over here, in fact, it's better if we zoom out, because you can see the rocket coming in. And I've noticed I need to do a thing. There we go. Should answer your question there, Owedo. Okay, so this bad boy is our RC commander. So with the commander come a couple of drones. There should be 4 of them inside. Then when it is stationary, you'll put up a sensor tower, and it will also control the drones itself. The cool thing about this is you can drive it off and it will extend the range. So for example, if we wanted to get control of the concrete over here, we could send the RC commander, and then it would be able to use the drones to deal with that stuff. So the drones are how you shift resources and things like that around. But for the moment, I think we basically just want to park you about here, so you can help the rocket. And then when the rocket blasts off, obviously we lose the radius that the rocket generates, and the RC commander will be in charge. Unless, of course, we build a radio hub, which we also have access to. This is the RC Explorer, so this is our research dude. So he wants to go to the research sites and the anomalies. Ooh, those are new. Those are not anomalies. That's an anomaly. Research sites boost research production when in a radius of a dome or outside a research facility. Interesting. So those didn't used to exist. That's new. So we're going to move you to this to scan the anomaly. Also, this guy can drive outside of this radius and just like uncover more stuff for us, like more metal stuff. Hey Jay. Pretty stoked caught you in the beginning. Yeah, this is right at the start, so good timing. And then this guy is an RC transport. So this kind of functions like a giant drone. This can start to grab metal deposits, mine them, and all that stuff, and then we can build them up and use them. So the RC commander has settled. We have the drones now. That's what these guys are. They have a set amount of power that they come with in their battery. There are now planet anomalies which you complete with against other colonies too. Cool. So you have anomalies which are competitive. So the first thing that we need to do is set up some solar powers and also a drone hub. So the drone hub, you'll see there's a little one there. That's because we came with a prefab, which means we don't need to pay for it. It's already paid for. So we're just going to go and drop you like cold terrain. Oh, that's what that means. Building will consume 100% more power in cold areas. Well, I wish you had told me that before I landed here. So this is actually bad. And actually, yes, we do need to set up buildings. So we're going to want... I need to remember how this works. Power, solar panels. I don't really see the point of the small solar panels. We need the large ones. Those are going to require metals. Yes, metals. Which we did not bring with us, but our transport is picking up. So we're going to go and stick that... Oh, you know what? We can stick the solar panels in the cold area. There's no downside to doing that, apparently. So let's go and stick you, like, here. I want to keep the space in between these two free for research. Restart it will love you anyway. Nah, I don't need to do that. So you're going to start building the solar panel. You're going to go and grab me the metals which are required for that solar panel. And everything's going to be good. I think I would like to continue building a couple more of these. I'm going to rotate you just because I'm a bit pedantic. Build that there. And let's speed things up to double speed. Because it is going to take us a little bit of time to get everything done. So the drones are actually picking up the metal for themselves. I thought only the RC transports could do that, but apparently drones can too. So because the drones are in range of either the rocket or the drone commander, they're going to grab the metal from the metal deposit and then start building the solar panels. Then once those are done, we can go and stick down some power cables, which we're going to do from this side. And also a power accumulator, which we are going to place here. I would like 2 of those. Wait, do the power accumulators require concrete? They require concrete, which we don't have yet. So the next thing we need to do is go to production, concrete extractor, and then we need to go to one of the yellow areas, which is where the concrete is from, and then we want to rotate it until it's going to be the most efficient. So we can see here on the right how much concrete is in each location. Oh. That's changed too. So it used to be you had to place these like very carefully to get the optimal amount of concrete, but apparently it just grabs everything now. Now, is there anywhere that I can put it where it's not in cold? Yeah, there. I'm so annoyed about that. I did not realise what cold areas were. I've never seen them before. Whoops. Where'd that move? Oh. What about... Nope, that's all cold terrain. There, that's where I'm going to put it. And then we also need to get the power cable to... Pressing the wrong one. Connect up to that. So let's grab the power. And we'll just have it shoot out at like this angle. And then... I have no idea where the power connection is. It'll be there. I think you require power, right? Actually, do you require power? Yeah, because it's saying it will require extra power if it's in the cold area. So it does require power. So we're just going to connect you up. Hopefully that's good enough. We'll see. Yeah, they did quite a lot of QA stuff, like now if a building has power, you can place another building against it and it will transfer the power. Okay, cool. The new big wind turbine's also really good. Ah, that's new. Can't be rotated, so it's always that way around. Huh.
Research complete. Anomaly analyzed.
Alright, so
achieved.
We have just researched the first of the anomalies. We got a milestone which gives us more science. And we have gotten access to magnetic filtering. No. We researched magnetic filtering for free. Oh! Because we finished this and also that one probably because we didn't have anything else queued. That's actually a bit of a waste. So I think I would like the drone swarm. And... yeah, it was oxygen for free before. We could also get low G hydrosynthesis, which allows us to build polymer factories and fuel factories. So rather than getting the prefabs, we can actually build them ourselves. That would be really quite helpful. I'm not convinced by the probes. I'll get it anyway, it's just kind of wasted tech though. So annoyed. I put this all here. You know what? I'm not limited in building this stuff there. I haven't built that much yet. Just these two solar panels. We could quite easily move down here. We just need to make sure that we put the RC commander in range of this stuff. Which would be pretty easy to do. So he would need to go there. To stay in range himself, though that may not matter. So when we move him, all the drones that he connects will go into the RC commander and then drive off. So what I need to do is cancel this. Is there a hotkey? Delete. Wow, I can't click on this piece of pipe. No, wire. I'm half tempted to salvage this, but the problem with salvaging these is... actually, this is still a fairly decent place for power. We just need to make sure that we have 2 drone hub commanders to get up here, because putting these in the cold areas doesn't really seem to have any negative effect. We just waste a bit of power connection that way. I think I am going to move you guys away, though. So let's move the power down here. This is going to be very resource intensive. And then we also wanted to set up a concrete extractor. Hey, Sarge. Alright. So all the metals that we had stockpiled over there are now going to be shifted down here, so that's not a problem. You're grabbing tons of metals, that's fine. Drone heavy load, that's not a problem. Right, the other thing I want to do is go back to base. And I think... Oh, rocket. Yes, I can buy a rocket. 3 billion. That would use up the majority of my funding. Or we could get a supply pod for 100 million. Which is a heck of a lot cheaper. And this doesn't need to go backwards and forwards. So supply pods are fine. Okay, I quite like this system. What do I want? Oh, and it shows you what you have already. That's nice. Well, honestly, I feel like we're going to need another RC commander. I'd also like to pack in a couple more drones. And then one more probe, I guess. We'll launch you. So you're flying now. It will take you a while to reach here, and then we'll have another drop of equipment. How am I liking the game? So far so good, but I'm still very, very early in. Like, this is literally the first rocket. And I totally didn't move my production from there down to here, because it's not cold. Can these ships take off and move again? Yes. You will need to supply them with fuel, which we need to set up some more production infrastructure for, but yes, they are reusable. Oh, landing pads were already there, Katie. Do I have Twitter? Yes, it's at Mordred Viking. Should be in the description. Yeah, it's under more. Same as Twitch. I'm very consistent when it comes to the branding. Right, so how's your reach? Now you can reach that stuff. So I'm going to move you back just a tad. You don't actually need to go back to it. It's fine, guys. Just that'll do. Alright, so we have that done. Next up, I'm going to set up some storage. So this is going to be a deposit for concrete. And we'll just leave you fairly close to the concrete production facility for now. Universal concrete. We'll just stick 2 of those down there. Then I'm going to put a universal deposit here, just so we can unload the spaceship, the rocket. And then the other thing that we need to do is build some of the power accumulators. Now, those I think I will place, like here. Let's get 2 of those done. Oh, it must be connected to power consumer. You will be, don't worry. Once this is built up, you'll get it. Need machine parts. Yes, I do have machine parts. They just weren't unloaded, apparently. And I do need to build a sensor. That's the other thing that we were going to require. So let's get a sensor tower up and running. We'll put that, like, here. Alright, supply pod is ready. So we're just going to go and drop you, like, right there, I think. Right, so we've got another RC unit, which I think we will place just up there. I want to make sure that those are overlapping. So like, yeah, should probably do it. And yes, I should have a separate storage facility, which is just for fuel, which we will place by the rubble. Click on this and we disallow fuel. Otherwise they could explode, you're quite right. Can be salvaged for resources. I guess that happens automatically. Alright, so the RC transport is now full of metal, so I'm going to go and tell you to deposit the metal here. Just so we can get this deposit built up, and then we can send you off to go and get some more. Okay, so we have the sensor tower up and running. So if we zoom back out, we can start telling you where to sense. And seeing as that's around where we're building, we'll go and do that, and then those two. That should keep you busy for a while. Ah, you're on mobile. Okay, fair enough. Sarge, thanks very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Just click the pod. Gain 5 metals. I'm going to assume that you've been emptied. Yeah, considering you're coming just with the transport, you're totally fine. Good. How's the tech doing? Still working on drone swarm. That's totally fine. Have I seen any other anomalies yet? No, I haven't. I haven't even seen where the other colonies are. Aha! There they are. So that's us. So we've got Space Y up here. We've got Paradox over here. And we've got Europe over there. So these two are pretty close to each other. We have a bunch more materials than those guys do. I keep thinking we're Europe. I keep thinking we're going to have the really good technology, but we don't. That's fine. Right. This is still being built. You still require machine parts. Why are you not getting machine parts? I have them. Right, that'll do. And then I think I'm going to set up a universal deposit. Or are they going to pick it up from the... Ah, you pick up from that. Okay, cool. That works. Now we're going to start getting some concrete going. And eventually we will want to set up a proper network of drone hubs, but I have not done so just yet. Okay, so this is the concrete, and this is one of my favourite animations. I must admit, the first time I played this game, I spent far too long just watching this thing work. And it just keeps recoiling around, collecting materials that way. Yeah, I know I need to overlap the storage. That's fine, I can do that. You need concrete, which we are generating. Okay, so we do have a prefab drone hub. And I'm thinking that we're going to want to place you, like, right here. And that's going to be able to control everything in this area. So that's pretty good. Drone hubs do have a very long range, thankfully. 2 buildings not working. Because we are still waiting on the power accumulators. Alright, do I have any other prefab buildings with me? Fuel refinery. And water extractor. Ah, right, Moxies. Yes, that's the other one. Produces oxygen, no production during dust storms. Or we could use a water extract. No, no, it's oxygen. Oxygen required for that? I don't think so. Oh, we do have a moisture vaporator with us as well. So I think I'm just going to set this guy up. Let's put the water production like over here. What do you mean not enough power? Oh, you mean we need more power. That's what you mean by not enough power. Okay, that's fair enough. It's reasonable. Let's get some more of these built.
Sector scanned.
Sector scanned. Did we get anything? No. Still looking for those anomalies, and we haven't found any. What we have found, however, underground metals. So this is where near to this is where we want to build our dome, which is fine. This is really quite out in the open. It's quite flat, quite pleasant. They added 2 new tanks, a large water and a large O2 tank. Cool. So did we build the water? No. Something like that. We'll want a water tower nearby. Then we want some pipes. Like that. What's the thing beside my rocket? This thing. Chat you on Twitter, brother. Have you follow on Twitch as well. Have a good one. Thank you, Sharj. Appreciate that. So these guys are charging, which is good. So during the day, these produce loads and loads of power, and at night they don't. Okay, so the water vaporator is now vaporating water. Water is starting to flow into the water tower. That's excellent. So now I would like for a fuel refinery. So I think the fuel refinery is going to be built a little bit separate from the other stuff, because I don't want it blowing up. I actually put the... no. There's the water. There. Let's have it like halfway between. Put you there. So you're going to need some power. And you're going to need to be connected by the pipes into the pipe system. Like so. Then you're going to generate fuel, which is going to be deposited over here in my fuel depot. Cool. Do you have anything else inside? Nope. But you do still need fuel. So once that's up and running, we should be good to go.
Sector scanned. Research complete.
Alright, another sector done. Also, we've researched the drone swarm, which is good. Oh, right, we have a probe as well. Let's go and drop the probe, like, there. Now, it says the probes can't do deep scanning, because I haven't researched that. So does that mean that these places which were hit by probes just won't discover metal? Because the sensor tower certainly looks like it can do that. Transport optimization. RC transport harvests resources faster and has more max storage. That sounds good. Speaking of which, let's get the Explorer sitting on the pipe, on the power here, so we don't lose charge.